Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some catastrophic news that happened when it came to the PlayStation 5. Now, if you guys do or do not know, PlayStation, well, usually is a game development company too as well. They'll make games like Spiderman, they'll make games like God of War, and traditionally, most people when they buy the games don't have access to the internal details of like how to change the games or change the code, change the source code, or whatever it may go and be. And this is usually the case, but as of right now, Spider-Man 2 devs completely messed up and made it so their Spider-Man 2 game dev source files are actually now accessible to the public and basically messed up huge. They had a huge debug menu that's now been accessible. It had a chance to leak out a lot of big details, leak out DLCs, and of course has now allowed some crazy things to happen in your Spider-Man 2 playthrough, such as like quite literally beating the game within like 2 minutes. It's insane. So we're gonna go talk about this and talk about one of the biggest mishaps we've seen so far, and this is also coming right off the Insomniac like leaks and data breach, where at this point Insomniac just needs to go catch a break because nothing is going good for them, I feel like. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as we go throughout the video. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch down below if you guys want to follow, and of course sign up for Weeble and all the other various links down below, and let's dive on into the video itself. So if you guys don't know, I'm going to go and show you guys some kind of cool stuff when it comes to Spider-Man debugging and all of this, where, like I said, when it comes to console games, it's a little bit harder traditionally to find the source code for most games you make. And what do I mean by source code? If you guys have ever done stuff on PC or ever done modding, it makes a little more sense. When it comes to your PC, it was basically a thing for me to go to my actual computer itself on my desktop menu, and I can basically go through anything I want. Like if I want to go through all my files on my PC, I can essentially just go and see, well, anything. Like if I want to go and actually find a specific game, which I'm going to go pull up here in a second, I can do anything I want. Let's go and say I want to go something with like, say like Riot Games. You know, I'm a big League of Legends guy myself. I can quite literally go into all the individual files, say go to League of Legends, and you can go through any file you want when it comes to the game itself. You have a chance to go and assess stuff, change stuff, you can mod stuff, add colors, whatever it might be. Usually for consoles are more so like streamlined for folks to have a really easy process. You'll launch the game is saved, and you're good to go. But what actually happened over here is there is now a brand new in the most recent patch, which should not have happened. Like this is a mess up. This is a big mess up. You have a chance to go and mod throughout pretty much anything in the game itself. There's all through the modded menu over here too. You basically have a chance to go and look at the enemies. You can debug the actual system, look at the loading, look at the networking, and basically just have access to the build, have access to the file, and of course have a chance to go and adjust up games itself. So good examples, like for this video reference, you would have things where you can basically have like God mode up, and you can go and change up the characters, and sometimes you have developers that are able to go do this type of stuff, because like sometimes if you guys have a chance to see, they'll have things where it's like a showcase, like you're showcasing a game and you want to show live gameplay, you'll make it so your character does not take damage, so there's not like an inadvertent bug, or the devs for whatever reason don't get like, you know, like hurt or whatever it might be, and kind of completely ruin the flow to make sure the games are a little bit better. But there's basically just a chance to have any type of developer have a chance to adjust the game and do anything they want with it, because with this one, this is how the developers work. It's like an internal system. That's how you practice coding. It's how you test out animations. You have all this type of stuff to go and see. And like this is what is now accessible throughout this most recent patch. On the Spider-Man game itself, this was a huge mess up. Massive mess, because it also had a chance to go leak out other information too as well. But like you guys can kind of see, there's like just everything. There's like just a lot of different various stuff. There's a chance to see if your character is like stealth. There's a chance to go and change the actual coding, change how your character looks, the size of your character. Pretty much if you know how to run a debug menu, you can do and change up a lot of different things when it comes to the Spider-Man game. But the thing is, as I mentioned, this is meant to be for developers. So basically people in-house making the game to test things, run things, test out environments, test out assets, whatever it might be. Now, thankfully, the game is already done and shipped, and this is also not like really affecting any gameplay, although it can't. Like this could actually completely remove your saves, so big warning on that one. Obviously, it can also allow you to go and spoil the game too as well. So just make sure you're a little bit careful on what you go and utilize and what you kind of play around with if you guys got this DLC slash like inadvertent DLC itself. But you can lose your game save if you go in the middle of the playthrough. I know some people are still buying the game itself, but this is a huge, massive mess up. So while you're able to go and assess the files and change the game as a whole, there also has been other various leaks too as well. when it comes to this. Also, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder too as well that there actually is brand new digital and also disc drive consoles for the Spider-Man bundle. So just in general, if you guys ever do want to pick it up, I think we have a link down below for Best Buy, but we've been seeing like some of the lowest prices we've ever seen for consoles with the Spider-Man bundle. Now, this is not because of this random issue with them that they've already apologized for, but it is also just kind of cool to go and see. So if you guys haven't gotten a console yet, go pick it up. But basically, Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC, I keep on saying DLC, but it's not really, it's just more of an update patch, is also revealing a DLC. So basically it has this debug menu, and there's also potential DLC spoilers. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled for whatever reason, that's fine. Keep that in mind. But right now, this is actually a lot of information came on out. So, Insomniac released this big anticipated New Game Plus update yesterday over here for Spider-Man. It slipped up a tad and also accidentally gave players access to a development menu, which I showed you guys over there. In a social media post soon after the update went live, Insomniac said a hotfix was on the way, as using this menu could corrupt saves in players' trophy progress. There is no risk associated with playing the game as intended, although Insomnia said. But if you kind of go through this big developer thing, as I mentioned, it can adjust files, change your game, maybe ruin trophies. Like maybe if the game notices it's modded, then when it connects to its online servers through PlayStation, it may not actually give you the trophies you want. However, despite the studio's efforts, this menu was, of course, assessed, and players have discovered content that was not in the actual base game, suggesting that it was either cut ahead of release or maybe used for a DLC later on. So big reminder, this could be a little bit of a spoiler in case you guys, don't want to be spoiled or whatever, so keep that in mind. But basically, it's shared by ex-user Jizzy, files within this menu pertain to a Beetle villain arc. So basically, there's like a potential maybe thing for the DLC for a Beetle. Beetle is the daughter of Tombstone, who does appear in Marvel Spider-Man 2, and perhaps Insomniac was going to expand his story more during the main game, but maybe decided against it, or as well might also be in the future DLC. So either way, they have files for it in the game itself, and usually why are files there? Like, why would someone be paid money to go make animations and 3D models or have different areas, dialogue? Like, a lot of these different types of things are files that you can find, showing the same thing I showed you guys before. So there also is really nice news for either a brand new upcoming DLC or side characters or updates, whatever it might be. It'd be really cool if they did a free update with like little small micro stories just for a good chance to return to the game. But basically, Insomniac could address this saying, where the latest game update may have inadvertently allowed access to a development game menu. There is a hotfix on the way. Basically, hotfix is just like really quick patches to make sure you can wipe it on out. Please note that using this menu could corrupt your saves. There is also no risk. So, like, a lot of people are very also concerned on Insomniac. As you guys remember, Insomniac suffered a massive leak of information in regards to Wolverine 2. The source code for Spider-Man as well was also readily available online. Not the console final one, but the PC version. People were trying to make multiplayer Spider-Man games as well, like we're in the same universe and all that. People also were having a chance to go use alpha runs and actually play through some of the Wolverine gameplay. Like, a lot of this stuff is kind of crazy. And now with Insomniac, with another one big mess up, has made things a little bit harder for everything, because their company is just going after one big L after another. Now, I feel bad for them on the hacks, like, don't get me wrong, but I do want to say this is a little bit on them. Like, this is not a good showcasing the PlayStation community. This is not a good thing for, well, everything. Like, where is the QA? Where is people testing this type of stuff? You would think this is not a big issue at the end of the day, but no, sadly, it still went on through. So aside from the new game plus and accidental adding to the menu in the game, other intentional additions with this Marvel Spider-Man 2 update also had two new accessibility features though, which is cool because they had like audio descriptions and miss and replay options. Like, that's cool. Like, we take the win. Like, this is still an overall good update. Messed up that they had a chance to showcase it. It's not really hurting anyone. I would say I'm talking about that more from like a business perspective. But when it comes to just general perspectives, that's cool. That's fine. I think it's a cool update overall. And they also had a chance, like I said, to have like a lot more potential DLCs all tied on in with this one too as well. So I think this is intriguing. Like, they've had a lot of news articles on this type of stuff. A lot of people are calling out Insomniac 2 as well. And just people are like, they're happy with this. But like I said, people are still upset. So like a good example, to kind of wind on the video, is people are now actually able to go beat the game itself in under like 2 minutes. Now I'm going to show you guys the actual gameplay. But we have had a chance to go and see actual YouTube videos so far, people doing this over here. We're basically able to go and skip right to the end of the game. You have a chance to go and skip cutscenes. You have a chance to go and obviously like mod your character, for lack of better terms. And this is just like a massive, massive mess up. Like, it's fun. Like, I think it's one of those things that's okay if it's a mess up. Like, I don't think it's a bad mess up. It's a fun thing to do in the background. I'm okay with that. Like, it's people are just kind of messing around. Most people who have probably checked it out have already beaten the game. You can still enjoy the game on your own, a single player experience without any other major issues. So it's not the end of the world. But Insomniac has gone through a lot recently. I do kind of feel bad for their game company, and they might have to go and maybe take a step back and try to get their stuff a little bit more sorted at the end of the day. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below in case you guys would like to go and follow. We'll be streaming off tonight, probably doing some Helldivers. We also have the Weeble and all the other various links, such as the Best Buy links for the brand new PlayStation 5 consoles on sale, and I appreciate you all so much for watching in the first place.